Yeah, ready? Oh, here we go.
Got you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Dad. I got your microphone here for when we start talking. Oh, that hit good. That hit good. By the way, Jake, 60-40 tomorrow, buddy.
Thank you. Every drink, it goes down.
Hold on.
Lower and lower. Yep.
Hold on.
Yep. 50,
Hold on.
50, 40, 60.
Yep.
But Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into Illegal Ham to the Face. I am here. I am that fat guy, and I'm always here with Big Bry. What is going on, everybody?
Hey, man.
All right, we are at a new place tonight. We are at Gino's Italian Grill and Bar in Strongsville, just south of 82, correct? 82 and Pearl?
82 and 42. It's off of 42
right
here.
next to a Wendy's. And I'll tell you what, man, walking into this place, this is nice in here. Nice old school Italian feel with the front, and then you have a patio deck out here, and we're sitting back by the bar. We got, let's see here, what do we got above us? White Claw above us, I believe. But we're here. We're going to check out the food here tonight, check out the atmosphere. We got a whole bunch of friends here and families here. We got Pops is here along with Debbie, and we got Jake and his buddy Nick are here. So we're about to have a good time tonight. Whole bunch of food has been ordered. We got some wings. We got an Italian beef sandwich coming. Brian, what'd you end up getting?
I got the smash burger. You know me. Simple burger, not much on it.
And this is a nice little place here, bud. This is nice, quiet.
Right.
I mean, this is kind of like another one of our places. I think we found another gym here, buddy.
So I was telling you, I think if you've been around the area long, I believe it's the old Panini's in Strongsville, right off of 42. So, yep, Matt's shaking his head. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yep.
I've never been to it, but I had some friends that used to come to here all the time, and I think they got TVs, they got beer on draft. It's a giant area, like you said, patio out back. So, what more could you want?
And we got our food going to be ordered and coming out to us here a little bit later. We'll dive into that with Fat Boy Tuesday. But we always start off our show with some shout outs. And I'm going to go first for our shout outs,
sure,
because
please.
the first shout out, we got to shout out Pops for getting a hold of the owner of Gino here, to get us in here to this place, try out some amazing food and try some cocktails here a little bit later on. Can't wait. It is straight Italian, authentic. They got pasta galore, anything you want. Jake, what'd you end up getting to eat? You getting a burger?
He's getting the fish.
You're getting the fish?
Fish sandwich.
I might go halvesies with you. I'll give you half the beef and you give me half the fish. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to checking out all the food here. And it's an American menu too. There's ribs. There is corned beef. There is pizza. There's salad. There's a whole bunch of Italian stuff on the back. Yep. Meatballs. From what I told you, cannot miss at all whatever you get here. I should have got calamari too. I didn't even think about that.
But it's not too late.
It's not too late. I might get that to go. That might be the snack on the way home.
No, you got to eat calamari. You can't reheat calamari.
I didn't say I was going to reheat it. I said snack on the way home.
Oh, I see.
That's going right in the front seat with me. I'm going to pop that like Skittles on the way home, buddy. You have no idea.
Better be careful. You don't want to be like Nate Burleson and get an injury saving some food sliding off the front seat. Remember that.
Speaking of injuries, trying to save food, Bri.
Oh yeah,
lemon bars.
My lemon bar story.
That's all right. We'll get into that here a little bit later. Bri, do you got any shout outs this week, brother?
No, I got no shout outs. You know me. I'm just excited for football. So
yep, I know. And guess what? We got football galore that we're going to talk about tonight, or rundown tonight. We're going to get into the Cleveland Guardians. We are going to talk Browns here a little bit later. They did cut down to 53, even though it's a flowing motion because people are coming in and out. It's not completely set yet, and it won't be set until pretty much next week, right?
I believe tomorrow, like they can pick up guys from other teams, and they find out if guys like, well, we're going to Cade York or Watkins, guys that we want to have back on our practice squad. Tomorrow, I think about 4 or 5 o'clock, we find out if they clear the waivers to get them back. So,
and we'll see about that. We'll get into that when we get there. We're also going to talk, obviously, Fat Boy Tuesday with Gino's food here. Can't wait. And then the top 3, we're going to top 3 favorite things about this place. And so far right now, this bar in the back of here, dude, this is nice, especially with that nice patio that's kind of enclosed out there. Man, next time we might have to do a show out there on that patio, Bri.
I think so. I think that's our next move.
I was just afraid of being too dark, but, it is what it is. All right, well, Bri, let's get into our show. We always want to thank Lake Erie APA and hkeehl for sponsoring us. Also, City Dogs of Cleveland. Like I said, guys, if it gets loud behind us, it is a live show, so people are going to get loud and rowdy.
Let us know. We can talk louder.
But
Scream at you.
We'll get into our trivia right now, Brian. I got a doozy for you because it'll blow your mind on this one.
Okay.
As soon as I find the little sounder here, and there it is. All right, so our trivia is always brought to you by City Dogs of Cleveland. And Brian, we do have a new puppy for everybody to check out tonight. His name, as soon as I scroll down here to the banners, his name is Goofus. And Brian, that fits right up our alley. His name is Goofus, and he is available to adopt at City Dogs Cleveland. And look at the pictures there, Brian. Look at this bundle of joy. Goofus is a dog that earned his name. There's not a serious bone in his body. He's just one of those silly, lighthearted dogs who can find everything fun. Keep you laughing with his antics. He was recently got to go on a group hike. He was amazing. He rode well in the car and walked really well in the middle of the group. He's just happy to be there. Though he can be silly, he also settles nicely and can show off affectionate. He's full contact snuggler. Right up your alley, big fella.
Absolutely.
A lanky, oversized lap dog, still right up your alley.
Sure.
Social and playful with other dogs in group, and might enjoy a doggy buddy. Takes new things to stride, and really happy to be there. He is a cool dog, bringing you some more laughter. Goofus is around 1 year old and weighs 52 pounds. Let's go through the rest of the pictures here, Bri, because he definitely is a ham, just like we are. Look at that face, big fellow. So if you guys want to go adopt, go adopt, please. Right down here at the bottom, we have scrolling the City Dogs information down at the bottom to set up a meet and greet with Goofus. Let him know that the Ham Boys have sent you. Look at that. He's a good dog. Look at that. I mean, definitely lives up to his name, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, look at that one.
There
Action shot right there.
I love that.
All right. Now, Brian, we've been going back and forth with a lot of football trivia and a lot of other things lately.
Okay.
And this is probably the last time that we will probably get to talk Guardians because they're right now in the matchup with the Minnesota Twins, trying to climb back in, but they're 7 games back, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I think the season's over. And we'll get into that here right after this as part of our Cleveland headlines.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring something to your attention because it a cold slap in the face to me this morning. When you get slapped with a wet towel, wakes you right up. This woke me right up. Brian, I need you to tell me right now who is the RBI leader for your Cleveland Guardians right now. Okay.
Okay. So you want me to give you the answer right now?
You don't have to do it right now. We'll wait
okay.
till the end.
Oh, I got you. All
okay.
right.
But but it is. I'll even give you the number
today.
Entering today. Who is the leading RBI guy for Cleveland Guardians?
Golly.
And it is 79 RBIs, Brian.
Okay.
All right, write it down. You got your notes there.
Yeah.
All right. And everybody, don't help him in the comments. What's going on, Craig? Chris is here. I was promised you are not getting it this show right now. We have more clientele that I cannot bring that up here. We're trying to be PG. We're trying to be PG-13.
Next week. Sure.
Next week we'll get it. Also, guys, please let us know. Bryce sent out the email. We are drafting tomorrow for the illegal ham to the face draft at 7 p.m.
Good to go.
Everybody has got back to you and everything.
Joe Bear was the last one he signed up, so we're good.
All right, everybody has signed up. We will see you.
The order
all.
is on the league page.
Okay, we will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. for that. Also, got a little news for you, Brian.
Okay.
I've been talking to our beautiful, wonderful sponsor, hkeehl.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a ham trophy. We're getting a legal ham to the face fantasy football trophy, Brian.
Is it going to be like with the pig on the top, like the
Like
big roast?
Yep, it's going to be the Shiva. We're going to call it our own little
Sweet.
Shiva, and you will get it for
No,
1
we'll
year.
We'll come up with a good name.
You'll get it.
So as soon as we get it, does Phillips go automatically to Phillips till the end of this year?
No, it does not.
Oh, wow.
You wanna know
Phillips.
why?
I tried.
Because he sat there and cried that he should get special privileges because he won last year. And I don't deal with that, Brian. You know how this is.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into our show. We got some Cleveland headlines that we're going to dive into now, Brian, and then we'll get into some sports talk. So let's get our Cleveland headlines so that Chris can jam out a little bit. Okay, so I found out I did not know you were a gin guy. Oh boy.
Try that.
So 60-40 for both of us?
Let me
Oh
join
my
the
Lord.
club.
You can stay the night at my house. I got the spare bedroom upstairs.
My
buddy.
house might be close.
What do you mean no? You did it once before. It'll be fine. I'm sorry. I'm talking to the guests that are here off camera. You'll be fine. You spent 12 hours in that bed puking your head. It's fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, still not knowing where you were at. That's
a good
fine.
day.
That's a great day. That was my birthday, by the way. That was a great
I
birthday.
know. I didn't make it out that night. I'm glad I didn't.
You should be glad you didn't. All right. So first off on Cleveland headlines tonight,
Thank you.
Brian, we got to bring it up. There's been rumblings that happened last week as we were ending our show. Tito Francona is probably going to retire at the end of this year. It's been hinted at very hard. He's not wanting to say anything because he is a team guy and he wants to put the baseball club before him. But everything is he is probably going to retire at the end of this year. And so this might be Tito's swan song. We still don't know because they haven't made it official. But the way everybody's been talking, even players and the front office and everything else, it seems like this might be Tito's last year as a Cleveland Guardian. And Brian, I wanted to bring up to you because you and I talked about it off air. Like we never really talked about it on air, but we talked about it a little bit off air, like how we felt about it and everything else. And I kind of seen it. And I honestly, I think this year was the year that did it for him because there was a line drawn in the sand with the front office and with Tito. And I believe that's what happened when they got rid of Rosario and Savali there at the trade deadline, as they were only a couple games back of first place. That was kind of like the line in the sand right there where Tito's like, hold on, we're still contending and you're taking some really good players away from me. What is going on? And it was kind of like, I think that was the line in the sand that started this tiptoe of Tito stepping out. And Tito will graciously step out, be one of the best managers, one of the best coaches ever in Cleveland history. Right. Like I said, he's been here for 11 seasons or 12 seasons, I think.
It's been a while.
He hasn't had a team under 500. This will probably be his first team under 500.
That's incredible.
Out of all those
Yeah.
seasons. So I wanted to get your thoughts and feelings about Tito.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But you know, all good things must come to an end at some point. So, you know, if you've really been paying attention, you've known his health has been deteriorating maybe a little bit. I mean, not to say that he's in any serious danger or anything, but you know, it's just what do you always hear about baseball? 162 games, it's a grind, it takes its toll on your body, and he's been doing it for decades now. And so, you know, you just kind of had a feeling that maybe it was coming to an end. And you know, maybe if we had like a serious chance this year or next year, and, you know, we were all looking towards 2024 for us to really compete for a championship, maybe he could talk himself into one more year. But as things should have it, it's just, you know, it's his swan song. It's a sad goodbye, but as a Guardians fan, you just have to look to the next step and be thankful for what Francona has given you and the position that he's put this franchise in, because now we have a little bit of prestige that we didn't have when Manny Acta was the manager, Eric Wedge. And so it's just, it's time to be thankful, and hopefully they honor him in some way. I know he doesn't want it. It's kind of not what he's all about. But yeah, it's sad that it's come to this, that he's just going to kind of fizzle out and, like you said, finish with a below 500 record. And, he's just going out kind of with a little bit of a whimper, but hey, he's had a Hall of Fame career. So this tiny blip in the radar, his final season where they didn't really go for it, or, he didn't have the talent, the veterans to compete for a playoff spot or a championship. And, he's just, like I said, he's a Hall of Famer. So we thank him for his service. Hey, he's been, like you said, one of the icons in Cleveland coaching, and he'll go down as that. He'll go down as somebody, one of the fan favorites, and somebody that we can be proud of for many, many years.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's sad that it's happening on a losing season, but all good things come to an end, and I believe what Tito wanted to do and what the front office wanted to do. Most of the teams that Tito's had in here have been veteran-led teams. We had Kipnis, we have guys that have been in the league for a very long time. This is a bunch of young bucks now, Bri. This is the only veteran that we have that's older is Hosey. Everybody else, we brought in a couple guys this year for bats like Calhoun and all those,
right?
But that's just to finish out the year. They're going to go with young guys from here on out all the way through, and it's going to see what they got. Something, Bo Naylor has stepped up. Arias has done really well. Stephen Kwan is still one of the best defensive players I've seen. He's so fast, Bri. They still need to get a big bat, and let's answer the trivia right now for City Dogs, okay? Because I want to show you how bad this is and what this team is actually missing. Because at the trade deadline, they got rid of everybody, right? Everybody that mattered. Josh Bell was batting 600 down at Miami, hitting home runs like he should have been in Cleveland, but not. Rosario's just crushing doubles, and it's like a little bubble over Cleveland. But Bri, who leads this Cleveland Guardians team in RBIs?
The only name I wrote down, I figured it wasn't Jose. I wrote down Josh Naylor.
See, this is where the salt gets rubbed in the wound really deeply. Josh Naylor had 79 RBIs. He hasn't played in a month, Bri. He has been on injury reserve since the trade deadline, and that was back at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
He has not played since then.
He's almost forgotten about.
And
really.
And to think that he had 79 RBIs before he shut it down for 3 weeks, just think where he would be at and where this team would be at if he was actually in the lineup. Because I think with him in the lineup, it changes little things, because he had a coming out party this year, Brian. He really did. And by the way, he is our legal hand of the face favorite Guardian, because big boy playing baseball, you got to root for him. But how awesome is that stat that he's still Jose Ramirez has got 71 RBIs right now, and Josh Naylor's got 79. And he hasn't played in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but injuries happen in baseball. If you're an Angels fan, your best player has been injured for the last 4 years. So the good teams get past it, but we can. I don't want to hash up our argument or my beef with Major League Baseball last year. It's a flawed sport. Yeah. And so that's why a team like the Guardians, they can't compete year in and year out. They have to pick their years to where they're competing. They're just a young team this year, and hopefully they get experience for next year. That's what it's all about. But yeah, until anything changes, this is the formula. This is the hand we're dealt. And, unfortunately, it's the team we love. It's the team we root for, but they're not going to have a chance to compete every single year.
All right, Brian, let's slide this over to you to put over on the counter for us. Yep. All right, we're going to get into Cleveland Browns news. Pops, you went in on this?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Come on.
I got your little mute button here. You all right standing up for a little bit?
Yeah.
You got your microphone right there. It's on the seat. Yeah, you're all right. We got Pops here in the background. He loves talking Cleveland Browns. It's already on. You talking to it. Yeah, Go ahead and talk into it. So,
Too loud.
no, you're not even into it yet. You got to talk to it like this.
Oh, like that?
There you go. Now they can hear you.
Okay.
All right, let me turn you up a little bit more. All right, so we are so far. The Cleveland Browns have made some roster cuts, and the first roster cut that they made was Joshua Dobbs, of all people, got traded to the Arizona Cardinals for a 5th-round pick, and one of our 7th rounders is going to them. So, Brian, we got rid of Joshua Dobbs. We got DTR as our backup now, which is awesome.
Right.
So, how do you feel about this trade with Joshua Dobbs?
It shows their confidence in DTR.
Yeah.
And if DTR and Dobbs are on the level playing field, why not make this deal? You know, if Dobbs only has experience over him, then the talent is the same. Yeah, I'd say they made the right move because, you know, chances are hopefully neither one of these guys plays, and you just got a 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm
about
on board.
you, Pops? How do you feel about it?
I think we made the right move, keeping DTR younger, plays more like Watson in his better glory days. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking that we made the right decision as far as the backup. You know, we won't have to change the offense much with him coming in. And he proved himself in the first 2 games.
I have a
Like,
feeling that if he didn't play as well as he did in the preseason games, I don't think this move
it would have been
happened.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
It would have been.
And by the
Dobbs,
way,
and it
if
would've
people that are watching us, if you see a hand slide in there, that's just Pops. He likes to talk with his hands a lot. So you're going to see like a random UFO just slide right in there. It's going to be like a pinky, a thumb, maybe a watch. You never know, but you got to watch out for one of these. If you get one of these, somebody's getting punched tonight. All right. And it's probably going to be Jake because he's sitting his closest. It's all right.
might be.
Nick will punch you. Thank you, Nick. All right. So also the other news that happened, big news, and we talked about it last week, is the kicker, Brian. We needed Cade York to come up and step up. He has not. They have released Cade York. They have traded for, is it Dennis? Dustin Hopkins from the Los Angeles Chargers. He lost to Dicker the kicker, which I was kind of upset about. I wanted Dicker the kicker, but we can't do that. Hey guys, I'll be watching your show tomorrow. That's all right, James. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys tuning in. But I'm going to go Pops first. How do you feel about Cade York getting cut and then a new kicker coming in?
I think York took too much time. There's talk about him going to the practice squad.
I don't know how they can bring him back to the practice squad.
But which call's coming in is only 84% on his field goals on both longer than 50 yards and shorter than 40. He's only 82%.
Yeah, but still, but when he actually was like last year before he got hurt, he was 9 of 10 on field goals and 12 of 12 of extra points, and that's kind of what we need. We need more consistency than we do a 64-yard field goal, and he just wasn't consistent, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it had to happen. We all, even me being a huge Cade York fan, still thinking back to his potential last year and kicking 58 yards to win the game, but he lost it. He lost it mentally, and he was in his own head, and he was going to lose you a game. So you had to make a move. And I'm still on board with bringing him back to the practice squad and maybe grooming him for another year, hoping that he can be better next preseason. Maybe he can still be your kicker of the future. But right now, he would probably cost you multiple games in the first half of the season, because just look at the preseason. Every game came down to a field goal.
Yeah.
And if he was perfect, we would have won every game. As it was, I think we were 1-4.
Yeah, but okay, so I understand we all want to bring him back to the practice squad because he does have the talent.
Right.
I'm not saying he doesn't. And I brought this up earlier, is you sit there and you look at all the kickers that we did have, that we brought in, that it was their first year, Cody Parkey, Zane Gonzalez, Cyber, all these guys that we brought in, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm going like, those guys went on to play better somewhere else than what they did here. Even brought Parkey back to us for part of the year. And the thing is I don't know if Cade York is going to be okay being cut by the Cleveland Browns with all the crap that he went through. And I know it's a business. I get that it's a business. But with the fans, everybody else, he even snapped at the media. A guy that we had on, Chris Easterling from the Akron Beecher Journal, he snapped at Chris Easterling for asking him a question that he should ask of, like, is it in your head? Like, what's going on? Why are you? And you know something? I understand you're frustrated. You're not making kicks. He's not 18.
Wow,
that boy is like 20,
22, 23, 23.
I understand, but I don't know if he would want to come back to the practice squad and work for the Cleveland Browns. That's the thing.
Well, I don't know if he has a choice. If he clears waivers and nobody picks him up, I think he's still, for lack of a better term, property of the Browns.
Under contract?
I believe so.
Well, we'll see if we can't get Chris on again. See if he can't clear that up.
Right. Well, it'll all work itself out over the next couple days.
All right. Also, one of the guys that we all like, the leading preseason wide receiver, Anthony Watkins. Austin Watkins. See, this is why I have you here. I got the A right.
Somebody said he was like 6'3". Is he that tall?
He is 6'3",
really?
He's 6'3", 220.
I didn't.
He did get released today, but there's hopes to bring him back on the practice squad.
He's got like a 47-inch vertical.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see, and we knew what was going to happen with the wide receiver room. It was going to be Cooper. It was going to be Moore. It was going to be DPJ,
right,
and it was going to be Tillman. We didn't know about the last two parts.
Right.
And then Goodwin got cleared. By the way, Marquise Goodwin did get cleared, so he'll be playing.
For sure.
So, but he still might be on the injury list. They might move him to the PUP list,
right,
to start out the first season because he's not in shape yet.
Right.
But you have him, and then they brought in David Bell. David Bell made the team. Finally, for the love of God, we got rid of Anthony Schwartz. And that was 2 years too late, Bri, but we finally did it. May the Schwartz be with you.
I went down a rabbit hole, and I don't want to call you out, but I guess I will here.
Oh, did I do something bad?
So for whatever reason, I watched a couple of videos on the YouTube page of prior live shows.
By the way, at Ham Illegal, go to our live section. You can find our show. I probably was all over Anthony Schwartz.
It was our show with Paulus in Strongsville here. What was it?
At Mulligan's. That was like 2 years ago.
I know. And I'm just clicking through it. I watched like 2 minutes here, and I clicked through another 20 minutes, and then I watched a couple minutes. You said Anthony. Your prediction was Anthony Schwartz would be the offensive player rookie of the year.
That was a bold prediction. Though. We were doing bold predict.
I don't want to call you, and I mean,
wow,
we were all high on him. He was So I figured,
Jesus, you're gonna go back 2 years ago, Brian. We could do. If you want to do that, we can do that all day long. That's fine.
I got a kick out of that because, it was not your finest moment, but I'm sure if you go back and look,
we both have had some pretty bad moments on this.
Just because being the week it was, he just got cut. Yeah, thank God he finally. But so the issue now was a lot of people are having with Watkins not making the team and David Bell making the team.
Yeah. And I get that.
Because he's a draft pick. But a lot of us right now think Watkins has a much higher ceiling than David Bell. David Bell's never going to catch, 50 balls for 700 yards even.
But, Bray, you also got to factor in Watkins was playing with a backup quarterback.
So against
third teamers.
So is David Bell.
I understand, but they singled him out on half those games. Like DTR, that was DTR's favorite person to throw to.
Yes.
And I mean, that's the thing. You got to realize the quarterback throwing there, they might have just schemed for him. And right. David Bell was just kind of, I wouldn't say loafing it, but you know what I'm saying? Things still might change. We're not done yet. We're not even close to being done yet.
Kickoff hasn't started yet.
No.
It really hasn't. And they'll change it 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Now, they also did get rid of Togiai today.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other big one that they got rid of?
Felton. Felton surprised me the most.
Dimitri Felton got rid of, and
Isaiah Thomas off the defense.
Yeah,
Thomas. Yeah, draft pick.
Kind of shocked me because Isaiah Thomas actually, I thought he played well, but that scope on the knee injury. Are they trying to do you think they're trying to bring him back in?
I think they're trying to work him.
Probably, but it's just a crowded room. I mean, you have your 2 starters, then you have Obo, who you brought in. There's 3.
Yeah.
Then you have 3 draft picks. You have Thomas, you have McGuire, and you have Alex Wright.
But I think.
So are you going to bring 6 back?
I think Thomas with the injury to the knee,
right?
They're gonna walk him back slowly.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Yeah, he's too phenomenal. Just let him go.
Right. We'll get more into the roster next week because we got really nothing to talk about next week until.
I was thinking we should do our preview, our NFL season preview next year.
All right, we can do that.
Going on. I mean, figure something out.
No, that's fine. If you guys want to watch the show, it's at Ham Illegal on YouTube. So, the other thing,
Got that?
got that. All right. So, the other one that we got to bring up here, Brian, is you had Denzel Ward got hurt.
Right.
Last game, he got a concussion. It's his 4th concussion in a matter of like 2 years. I feel like 2 to 3 years.
I think since he's coming to the league, yeah.
First off, he shouldn't have been playing that game. He should not have been touched. He should. Hey, if Myles Garrett's out, if Nick Chubb's out, if Batonio's out, Denzel Ward should not have been playing that game. That is your top corner, no matter what happens. And you could say otherwise, like Newsom's better or all this other bullshit. No, Denzel Ward is your top shutdown corner. He should have not been playing that game. And they even came out today. I don't know why he was out there. I don't know if he went up and said, Coach, I need to play. I need to get some reps in. But he should not have been playing. If it was the ones, I wouldn't have cared if Denzel Ward was out there. If it was the ones.
Right.
He was playing against the threes.
Right.
He shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah, because the threes are trying to hit everybody, anything they can. I also heard today that there might have been a talk between Kevin Stefanski and him on getting reps in game situations.
Still, that shouldn't have happened. That's a head coach decision right there. You look at the track record with Denzel Ward. Okay, last year he actually played. He was hurt a little bit, but he wasn't hurt that bad. He actually played a decent season. But all the seasons that he's been here, I don't think he's had a full season. He's been dinged up a little bit here and there.
A game or two, yeah, right.
But it's a game or two. But then we had that one where he had the serious concussion, where he was out for like six games. I think it was
Six.
4.
It was
Was it really?
6 games.
Yeah.
And that was a concussion.
And then he came back, and I think that's when he did the pick 6 against Cincinnati, because they were waiting for him to actually clear. Now, we don't know. We don't talk to him. We don't know anybody in the building. But he might it might be a little stinger. It might be a little ding. He might be ready for against the Bengals. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't talked to him, so we don't know. But I'm still concerned about that, because him getting hurt, and we're going up against Cincinnati first week, right? We're going up against probably one of the best wide receiver trio in the
Best wide
NFL.
receiver face
Quarterback.
all year, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow.
And Joe Burrow.
Right.
So, I mean, are you concerned about Ward being hurt right now?
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
AFC North is a stack. It's stacked.
Right.
Stacked.
Yeah.
Even last year, Pittsburgh still finished above the Browns.
Right.
You know what I mean? Still. And they've done it since 1989, I think.
Yep.
Was the last time we finished above them.
Mm-hmm. So, Chris came in with a great question here. Who's going to return kicks and punts? DPJ? And there's a
DPJ
question.
for punts.
DPJ for punts.
And Ford was our kick returner last year, so I would assume he will return kicks again this year. Although the guy they just traded for, the running back from the Patriots,
Here, Strong.
yep, apparently he can return a little bit. So
Okay.
I don't know if they would. So they got guys that can do it.
All right, so Pops is going to leave us. Thank you, Pops, for joining the show, buddy. Thank you for getting us in here. Dude, this place is amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Oh, if you get him over here, we'll kick Bri out. Bri will walk into the
Oh,
bar, start
Oh,
doing
yeah.
shots back here by himself.
Start pouring my own beer. Take me back to Howl at the Moon days.
Oh, don't get me excited about that.
But with Denzel Ward, yeah, it's a mystery why he was playing. Like Matt was saying, going against 2s and 3s, what does he need that work for? If he's
No, he
going
doesn't
against
need
Patrick
that.
Mahomes, okay, maybe you justify it a little bit, but this is a guy who has a history of concussions. And, I didn't realize he missed 6 games last time he got a concussion. That's scary stuff. I mean,
I don't think it was the last time he got a concussion, but I know he had a really bad one where he was out. It had to be between 4 and 6 games he was out, because they kept asking him, and it was like, he's still under concussion protocol. He's still under concussion protocol. And we were worried then of because he hadn't gotten paid yet. This is like right before his payday.
okay.
So he hadn't gotten paid yet. And we're like, so are we going to spend money on him because we don't know if he's going to be injured or not? And just things of that nature.
Yeah, with what we know now about CTE.
Oh, yeah, you can't. Yeah.
He should, every concussion, he should be questioning his career. He's made plenty of money.
Well, with the second he got his big contract.
Right.
Let's
And
be
so-
honest. He
so,
got his $100 million contract.
He's made up to this point, he's probably made $60-70 million for his career. So he's good. Kids are good.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to play. So to have him out there, and I'm not saying, hindsight being 2020, obviously he didn't play much. And if he didn't get injured or anything, we wouldn't think twice about it. But the fact that it happened is like, what the heck were you thinking? Especially with, like we were talking about, the Bengals coming to town. The best wide receiver you will face all year long, you face in week 1. So we need him. And I think I heard some people talking now that AJ Green would take his starting position
Shut
if he
up.
couldn't go.
AJ Green is not in the same hemisphere as.
Yeah, well, right. But what happened to Greg Newsome? Why wouldn't Greg Newsome take that spot?
That's
Has AJ Green passed up Greg Newsome? in our
No,
depth chart?
no, I don't think that's
Or do
what
they
it is.
play opposite sides of the field?
I think they play opposite sides of the field.
I didn't realize that the cornerbacks were not interchangeable like that. But yeah, if you got
I mean, you got to think about it, though. Like offensive linemen truly aren't, and they can be, but they're truly not interchangeable. So they could switch if they wanted to.
well, right,
But they also want Newsome to play that slot. So and he hates
and that's
it, but,
the thing.
you know,
If you're going against the Bengals, you really need 3 good, solid corners because they had 3 solid
if
wide
not,
receivers.
if not that, you need the safeties on the back end to help them out.
So, I mean, we'll wait and see. But right now, it doesn't look good for Kevin Stefanski having him out there. He was on the no-play list for the last couple years. He didn't play the first couple games.
That's what shocks me. He's on the do not play list, and yet you play him.
Well,
He was on the do not play list against Washington,
right.
and you still played him 2 weeks later. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, bro.
And I heard somebody was asking Dustin Fox on 92 today that, he should have been out there because cornerbacks need that communication with the safeties and everything like that. And Fox is like, not really. I mean, it's a pretty simple position. You either need to know if you're playing man or you're playing zone, and that's about it. So, like, the fact that, okay, we're in a new defensive scheme, he needs to be out there to get the feel of his teammates and this and that. Like, not really. I mean, it's just a head scratcher. And, certainly if he ends up missing a bunch of time or, Jamar Chase kills us the first game, Stefanski's going to be the one to blame for it.
Yeah. No, I get it. And the other thing that was brought up is, we all know there's a hot seat right now. This is the most talented team, I believe, that we've had since 1999, right? I mean, talent-wise, offense and defense.
Absolutely.
I believe this is the most talented team we've had since 1999. Now, I wanted to bring up to you, and we'll bring it up next week when I was talking about Stefanski. Should we hold Coach Stefanski more accountable for the past seasons? And I want to say no, because I brought up COVID year.
Right.
You got Baker hurt year.
Right.
You got Jacoby year.
Right.
What's he supposed to do those 3 years? Now, COVID year, they did make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
Shit was in. Baker being completely hurt and the team was a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Jacoby for 11 games. What are you supposed to do? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the thing is I'm starting to be more on the side of Coach Stefanski than anybody else, because at those times, if you look at what he did for Baker and Jacoby was a top 10 quarterback in efficiency and everything else. He straightened Baker out in the second half of that season. They got to the playoff. I have a feeling that he's not on the hot seat like we think he is.
Well, to quote Bill Parcells, you're as good as your record says you are. And, all the editorializing and the excuses and stuff like that, that's probably why they brought him back this year, because they could talk themselves into, okay, Jacoby year, Baker hurt year, COVID year. Okay.
Now, hold on.
All that stuff gives him another chance. And so his other chance is this year. So, all that leading up to here gave him the 2023 season.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do in 2023? That's what's going to determine your future.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't think we haven't had like a really one good year. And this is what Casey, our boy Casey, down south. I think it's South Carolina, North
Mhm.
Carolina. This year is the year which Stefanski should be judged.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
And
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with that
Yep,
too.
I'm
But I'm
good with that.
also on the board now that if you're going to get rid of a quarterback that got you to the playoffs and got rid of him, if the coach isn't good enough and there's a better coach out there, go get that coach. That's where I'm at.
Well,
hold on.
but-
We'll see what happens this year.
But that's the thing. You don't know. That it's the unknown.
I know.
I can't tell you the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals is going to be better than Kevin Stefanski. Nobody knew when Mike Tomlin took the Steelers job that he was going to be a good coach. It's the unknown. So there's no guarantees in football. You can't say, well, get rid of Kevin Stefanski because we're going to go after Andy Reid.
No, I know. No.
You're
I'm
not
just
going to
saying-
replace him with a better coach. You're going to replace him with a guy who has potential.
And I get that, but if there's an established coach, like what, let's just say, would you have Doug Peterson or Kevin Stefanski?
Oh, Peterson.
Okay, so established coach,
But he's
Super
not
Bowl winning-
available.
But he's not available. I'm just saying, if he should happen to come available, a pedigree like that, you have to go after that pedigree, right?
Right. Yep.
And
Because
I think
this team's
and
ready to
also-
win now.
And also, I think the best thing is, and you and I have talked about it, Jim Schwartz.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski has no thing to do with the defense. He is not a part of that defensive room. He doesn't want to be a part of that defensive room. That is all Jim Schwartz. That is why Jim Schwartz is here, because Jim Schwartz is 100% in charge of that defense. Kevin Stefanski has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And that makes him focus on what he needs to focus on, which is the offense and trying to get Deshaun Watson right.
Yeah, and as we get the thumbs up from Matt, there's a lot of people that feel the same way he does. A lot of people think,
Hey, she came right back in just at the right time.
perfect. A lot of people think the defense is going to be better than the offense.
No, well, I do too.
The
I
offense
do.
has the big names. Defense has Myles Garrett, but a lot
I
of
just
people
like-
think
I just like
defense-
what I've seen from the defense this preseason.
and,
they're
and
playing
it's
with their
hard
hair on
to-
fire.
It's hard to argue that
All right,
because
you're in charge of that.
all right, yep, I remember her name, Jenny. All right, you go take. I'll get it.
All right. But no, I really do think that this year is the year that the Browns need to do something.
But ultimately, offense is what gets it done in the NFL. If you go back and look at the top 10 offenses in the league last year, I guarantee 8 of the 10 teams made the playoffs, and probably the 4 best teams or the 5 best teams in the league are in that top 5. So your offense has to be clicking.
Yeah, but if you take a look at it, though, look at the Super Bowl last year, look at what San Francisco did. They had some top Eagles had a top defense along with an offense. Did they not?
Oh yeah, you need
Yeah,
both to
Kansas
be an
City-
elite team. You
Kansas
need both.
City's defense, I don't know what is wrong with them. They don't play during the. It's like a Big 12. It's like a Big 12 team coming in. They
But
let
guess what?
Patrick Mahomes do whatever he's got to do during the regular season. But when it hits the playoffs, that defense decides, okay, we'll play now.
But guess what? Their best defensive player is threatening to hold out, and they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. We're good. We got 15 on the other side,
That's
so
what they all
we'll
say.
win plenty of games."
That's what they all say.
Yeah. So offense rules the league,
Yeah, I
but you
know
need
it
a
does.
defense to
You
get
need-
turnovers.
Yeah, you need at least
And
a
you're gonna give up-
mediocre, above mediocre defense to get turnovers.
Pressure's on the quarterback and get turnovers. That's
Here,
all
I'll
you
mute
need
your
to
mic
do.
so you can get us drinks. And while he's getting us drinks, I mean, if anybody wants to join in the comments, we're also going to bring up. We got the kicker, we got everything else. The Jameson and Ginger. As I said that out loud on live TV. So Bri, I'm going to bring you back in as you're yelling at everybody over there.
Yep.
So let's do a little bit of the KC recap. All right, our offense actually went out there, played somewhat decent.
Right.
You had Deshaun Watson going out. You had David Njoku. I think David Njoku is going to be the wild card this year. What do you think?
He could be. Absolutely. Any of our pass catchers. I mean, they have the opportunities there for them to step up. It could be one of 4 guys to really be that difference maker. And, Cooper's going to be solid. but we're looking for another number 2 option, and we have a bunch of guys that are looking to make that next step. So it could be Njoku for sure.
Yeah, I think that touchdown pass that Sean threw,
Perfect pass, perfect catch.
oh God, I can't believe it. It was amazing. Are you still trying to get Jenny? All right, we'll wait till afterwards. So our food should be coming out here soon.
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to dabble on with Browns?
Well, you were asking for them to throw the ball down the field our last show. And what they do the very first play, they threw the ball down the field, that skinny post to DPJ.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that that's in their playbook. Tell fans to calm down. Don't freak out because it's
going to happen at some point in time. Because throwing the ball downfield, you got to get there at some point in time. But I did like the they need to unlock Njoku in the red zone. I completely agree with that. They have to.
Absolutely, he's a freak. He's a big wide receiver. Basically, you could throw fades to him, just throw it up high and let him go get it. And so the one play that kind of stood out to me was the big gainer from Cooper. Was where the play broke down and Watson kept the play alive and he found Cooper. Now, again, against their second team defense, whatever. But I think that's kind of what separates Watson from what we've seen in the past. And it almost reminded me of like a Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger keeps the play alive because he's so big and he can fend off tacklers and he can, get out of the ankle biters and get out to the side and kind of keep the play alive so guys they run their routes and then they see that he's still running around and then they just head upfield. And that's exactly what we saw with Cooper. He ran his route. He saw that Watson was still keeping the play alive, and so he just went to where defenders weren't. And so I think Watson doesn't have the strength, the lower body strength of Big Ben. He doesn't have the size, but he's agile, and he did it a lot last year, almost to a fault. And that's why he takes so many sacks, because he's trying to keep that play alive almost too much. But he can do that with his athleticism. Guys just need to know, hey, don't give up on the play. Go to where the defenders aren't. And I foresee us, hopefully, guys can learn that, and we can get easy. I mean, that was like a 40, 50-yard gain almost.
Oh, yeah.
On a broken play, really. So if guys can get that through their head, especially the linemen, don't stop ever blocking until you hear the whistle. That's how you steal big chunks of yards.
Yeah, and that's what he does best, right?
Yeah, I mean, in his Browns career, for sure.
Yeah, and we'll see what that goes on from there. But Brian, let's talk about Gino's. We're at Gino's right now. We're back here at the bar. Huge American flag. Look at that American flag. That's
I love that.
right up your freaking alley.
You know that. Absolutely.
All right. So you got probably about, what would you say, about 10 booths and about 20 tables here in the actual inside the restaurant.
A lot. It's a big area.
And a nice horseshoe bar.
Jim Brown.
You got Jim Brown. Oh, yeah. Jim Brown's over there. They do have some drink specials going on here throughout the week. Tonight is 75-cent wing night.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't wait for that. Hey, Pops, are we going to get Gino? I'm just curious. I don't mean you to get up. Eat your food. Okay. All right. Well, you might have to step out.
That's fine by me.
You might have to step in the bar and help Jenny.
Move food over there? I'll go.
Do you have food over there?
I don't know. Can't see it.
No.
Jake's in the way.
Oh, how is Jake in the way? Jake weighs like 120 pounds. Look at him.
I don't have much movement with my neck.
Fart in the wind, Jake can move. Like a stiff breeze, 5 miles an hour, Jake's getting out of here.
He's just slamming you. Yeah, he's just slamming you.
It's all right, buddy. That's why you're here.
30-70 tomorrow, Jake.
Actually, 80-20.
Yeah,
20-80 now.
20-80.
80-20.
Tell Jose.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking you down the rabbit hole with me. We're going to go to Alice in Wonderland together, brother.
Wooden Nickel's not far from here. We could always go for a drink there.
Where are we going?
Wooden Nickel.
Oh, yeah, we can go to the Wooden Nickel.
Thank you.
Don't look at him.
Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, one of them.
Oh, thank you, brother. Jenny,
Short.
Jenny, thank you for taking care of us tonight. All right, so our bartender tonight is Jenny. She's amazing. She's taking care of us all night tonight, even when we're yelling at her for no odd reason. Just There might be a Jenny later on. We might just do it. Jenny!
Janae.
Thank you. See how it does. Jake's laughing so hard over here.
College football coming up this weekend. Did
College. Yeah, let's talk college
Did
football.
you watch last weekend?
I did watch last week, and I watched
Notre Dame.
I did watch Notre Dame. All right, I watched
won
Notre
a
Dame.
little. I won my free bet on Notre Dame.
Did you? That a boy. I watched Notre Dame, and then I watched Ohio University playing San Diego State.
Oh,
By the way,
Ohio?
yeah.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't
you.
know that. Okay.
And
Did they win?
I don't know. I didn't stay up for it, but
Oh,
I do have a
late.
beef.
Okay.
You know who the coach of San Diego State is, right?
Is it Brady Hoke?
It is Brady Hoke.
Wow,
By the way,
my boy.
Brady Hoke got skinny.
Is he still a no? He didn't.
got skinny.
No, pull
Brady-
him up on your phone. I gotta see.
Brady Hoke.
He's not a polar bear anymore. All right, I'm stepping out.
Yeah.
Yep,
Brady
I'm
Hoke got
stepping
skinny. Brian's stepping out. We're
Yep.
bringing in Gino here. All right, slide and then
Adios.
go in.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, you're going out that way? Oh, you are nimble. Easy, big fella. Oh boy, we're bringing in Gino, right? Gino. We gotta move the table. Let him slide in here. Good. How are you? You come in and sit with me?
I can sit for a minute.
Oh, we'll get you through here. Hey, you haven't got there yet. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Oh, am I on?
Oh, you are on. We're live right now.
Oh, wow, sweet.
Let's see.
Welcome.
So we're a legal hand to the face. I can't thank you enough for having us, man. This is amazing.
Well,
place.
thanks.
All
Did
right.
you eat?
No, we're getting food here coming.
Okay, good.
I got the Italian sandwich coming. I got Italian beef
One of our
sandwich,
specialties. Good.
and I can't wait. I saw it, and I'm like, Jake and I are going halvesies. So
Yes.
he's taking half of my beef sandwich. I'm taking half of the fish.
Oh, you can eat the whole thing.
No, I know I can. But I got wings too.
Oh,
No, I got a whole bunch of other stuff
that's
coming.
your appetite. Good.
So, thank you so much for having us. First off, tell us about Gino.
Oh, Gino's. Wow. It's a long dream of mine. I've been in the food business forever. Am I supposed to look at the camera?
Well, you can look wherever you want to.
Oh,
You can talk to me
all right.
as long as you talk right now.
Okay, great. So it's a long dream. I've been in food service forever. I started as a dishwasher, and what's cool is now my son works for me as a dishwasher here, which is very cool. But I've been doing this for about 30 years. Had a lot of restaurants, bars with partners,
Mhm.
but I wanted to be by myself, so I'm accountable for everything. I finally got the opportunity to do this.
Okay.
I did open a Gino's out in Chesterland like 6 months before the pandemic, and it was a nightmare. So I was fortunate enough to sell it. I
Okay.
had my eyes on this place for a long time because I live right in Brunswick, 12 minutes away. Fantastic. So I was able to work out a deal where I purchased a building, and here I am with this challenge. It's been fantastic. I
Oh.
love this business.
Hey, the thing was, I've never been here. All right. Now I have known Pops. I call him Pops. Big Mac.
Oh, yeah. Look,
I,
has he been on here?
oh, he's been on.
Okay.
Him and I have been friends for years. And he goes, "Hey, I'll be in Gino's." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll get you in Gino's.
Yeah.
Let me make a phone call." I'm like, "All right." Well,
Absolutely.
I was like, "I've never been there before." He goes, "It's all right. I got you." So he goes, made a phone call. You guys are going to the 29th. Go have a good time. And I'm looking over that menu. And I'm like studying this thing. And I'm like, we were doing it today. This is one of my bosses at work.
How are you?
Okay? And we're looking at it today. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to order. And I'm just sitting there because you got everything. You got straight Italian. You got some American in there. You got ribs. How the hell do you have ribs on the
It's
menu?
Gino's more than just Italian.
Okay.
So in my lifetime, I've owned a few bars and grills. So
Okay.
I've tested these recipes forever. I've cooked these ribs. I have gyros on the menu, corned beef sandwiches. So these are they're really good quality. I wouldn't put them on my menu if it wasn't.
Okay.
So I figured I didn't want to pigeonhole myself with just Italian. So it's probably 90% Italian. It's all my recipes from growing up. But I added these other things because I have two beautiful bars. I have a patio bar. We have to have wings. We have to have ribs. Burgers. But I am expanding the menu in September. I'm
Nice.
adding quite a few more items.
Okay. Now we have a big show coming up in October. By the way, this is my co-host, Bry.
Hey,
He's
Brian.
the one that does the show with me.
How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. We have a big show coming in October, but when you do the new release of the menu, God, let us know. We would love to come back
I would love for you guys to come back.
because
Thank
we
you.
love this stuff. Like him and I, the reason why we started our show, okay, and it's a little bit behind us, is during the pandemic, him and I worked together for so many years, and we worked around a campfire splitting wood. all right, at a golf course on the east side. And we sit there, we talk sports all the time. We would talk food all the time. We would do a top 3. We'd do a trivia and everything else. And then the pandemic hit. It kind of shut down everything. And I sat there and I'm like, you know something, we got to do something where we go out and showcase places like this.
Yeah.
Like these are mom and pop places. This isn't brand name.
No.
These are places that really got hurt during the pandemic. Okay. And we want to showcase the great food that Cleveland has.
Thank you.
And we've been to Mr. B's, Parma Heights, we've been to Rookies.
Yes.
We have been to the Wooden Nickel was our last
Wooden Nickel,
one.
yeah.
Oh my God, I've never been to the Wooden Nickel before. So this is my first time here. So we love coming to new places like this. Checking the atmosphere. This place is packed right now.
Thank you.
And
And
this
on a
is amazing.
Tuesday, not too bad.
I know, dude, it's amazing though.
Not too bad, yeah.
And you guys have specials throughout the week?
We
that you
do.
guys do?
We do. We do a wing night tonight.
Okay.
75-cent wings.
Okay.
Wednesday we do an all-you-can-eat crab leg
I saw that. And that was like
and a crab leg. It's $59.95, so it's a pretty good price for all-you-can-eat. Plus,
Okay.
you can have a 2-cluster dinner instead of the all-you-can-eat.
Okay.
Thursday's ladies' night, so we have half off appetizers, $5 cocktails. Friday and Saturday I have entertainment when I can get it.
Okay. And you got a nice patio outside.
Yeah,
That is
that's a
enclosed
good. Yeah.
with a nice bar outside.
Yes.
When I got here, I looked at man, can we do a shot? Like I was like, oh,
No,
man.
we could get you on stage next time. Right?
It's all
All
right.
right.
It's all right. It worked out perfect. I mean, this
Okay.
place is amazing.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, so-
Thank you so much.
If you had to pick, and Brian and I love doing things like this, all right, because I've got wings, and I'm a hot garlic wing guy. I got the
Perfect.
hot garlic.
Hot
one.
dog parm.
I got that coming.
Yeah.
All right. Now somebody told me about Cajun candy.
Yeah, Cajun candy.
Cajun candy.
A little,
What?
it was actually a cook of mine years ago. One of my line cooks came up with it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't take credit for it. And I tried it. I'm like, wow, this is delicious. So it's really just, garlic, sugar, and Cajun together. Mix it. It's just a perfect combo. Sweet, spicy, and a little garlic. Gotta have the garlic.
Oh yeah. All right. So now I have been judging wings as I've been going to different places.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No. And it's first taste. So far, I have a list going, and I've been trying to base them on what their best wing is. Okay. So I got hot garlic this time because that's one of my favorites.
Sure.
So I will be judging wings. I'll be
Okay.
putting it out. I'll let you know.
You let me know.
But let everybody here know that when this show is over with, they can catch this show at Ham Illegal on YouTube.
Where?
On YouTube,
On YouTube?
at Ham Illegal.
At Ham Illegal.
Yes.
Perfect.
And that's why we started the show. We love food. We love
You're a
talking
foodie.
food.
Good.
And Bry's a little picky eater, but he loves like
That's
atmosphere
okay.
like this.
Yeah.
So now, do you guys do anything special for Browns games or anything?
Well,
of that nature?
we've been open for roughly 8 months, 9 months right now. So it's been a challenge to get sports customers in here. I'm going to
we'll
do it.
help
I'm
you.
going to try.
We'll help you.
Yeah,
Bry, they need help with sports customers.
we
bud.
do. We haven't been open on Sundays. We're going to try to open on Sundays if I can staff it.
Okay, I understand. Hey,
I'll run special. I'm even thinking of a buffet, like a $10 buffet or something. We'll see. I need a gimmick.
Hey, it's not even a gimmick. Just
No, it'd be great food.
little dog,
Yeah.
little burgers,
Yeah.
and that's all you kind of
That's
need.
all you need for
That's all you
football.
need. So I can't thank you enough for having
Thank you.
us. All right, this is amazing.
Great.
You have a beautiful place here.
Thank you. Thank
You have
so much.
beautiful friends.
Yes.
The wait staff has been amazing.
Oh my,
to us.
they're my family. I mean,
They're amazing.
She's been the bartender's with me for about 20 years off and on. So
Jenny's amazing.
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she said, she goes, you guys need something? I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to bother you.
Now
But
we're
no.
still short staffed tonight. I don't know if you noticed. So if
I
you have
haven't
extra
even
time tonight,
No, you want me to work?
I do.
All right, I can do that. All right, Brian, we got to
All right.
work tonight, brother.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, celebrity
good.
bartenders tonight. We're swinging some shots.
I like that.
No, let's get you out of here so you can
Thanks.
mingle with everybody.
I gotta get back.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks
And
for having
thank
me.
you. Thank you for having us. This is amazing. I can't wait for
Hope you enjoy the food. Let me know about those wings.
I
Seriously.
will.
Pretty confident in the wings.
Okay, you better be confident.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me slide this
I'm
over
gonna-
for you. So
yeah,
you can go down here.
Thank
Brian, you want to come around?
you.
Oh, you're going to climb over again? Oh boy, he is getting brave. Oh wow, you're going that way? Oh boy, here we go. We're playing Jenga. We're playing Jenga with Big Bry. So Brian, that was Gino.
That was awesome.
I know, man, dude. Food specials galore. He said he's going to try to open up for Sundays. He hasn't started doing Sundays yet. Trying to get some sports clientele in here.
I would think that would be a good idea for
And-
sure.
And I
All
told him,
these TVs.
I told him straight up, if you're going to do it, invite us. We'll be here for it.
Oh, it'd be awesome. I mean, All you're looking for is a good atmosphere, a bunch of TVs, and some cold beer, and some good food. And this check all 4.
Oh, yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, he's so amazing to have us here.
This is
He
awesome.
was so appreciative. I can't thank enough for people like that. And like I told him,
Good people.
this is why you and I did this show.
Right.
This right here. Like, we love talking sports, but we like sitting in the bar, having some great food, and enjoying our time. And this has been
all about.
amazing here. The staff has been amazing, and we can't thank everybody enough.
Well, that's what sports does. It brings people together. Gives you a common thing to root for, and you share fellowship with one another and enjoy life. And that's certainly you can do that here in many different ways.
All right, Justin, I will let him know about the ice cream. Also, we got to talk about Saturday. Saturday football kicks off. High State, Indiana. Who's Michigan play?
Eastern
It doesn't matter.
Carolina. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, their non-conference schedule is a joke. I'll be the first to tell you. But in this day and age, it doesn't matter.
That's all right.
Really.
Harbaugh is only suspended for 3 games. Hey, Trussell loses his whole job and everything else, but
Different
Harbaugh,
day and age. It's
Harbaugh,
different. He bought him a cheeseburger.
oh boy, here we go.
Free-
Here we go.
3 games for a cheeseburger.
Eric's here. What's going on, Eric? Thank you for joining. Well, Brian, we're here at the end of the show. I'm going to take pictures of the food
Yeah.
and blast
Please
out later.
do.
Let's enjoy time here with our friends.
I'm ready.
Everybody else, please come out and check out Gino's here in Strongsville. Gino's Italian Grill and Bar. Great place. It's right off of 82 and 42.
42. It's right off of it's just south of 82
Just
on Pearl Road. It is on the west side of Pearl Road.
And is it west or south?
It's south of 82, west side of Pearl Road. Yep.
Okay. So come check it out. Great place here. Talk to Gino. They've only been open a few months, but man, the food is fantastic. And we can't wait to dive into it. We'll take pictures, send you pictures, take some videos for you guys here a little bit later. So we're going to sign off now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I cannot thank you enough, Bri, as we always do on every show.
God bless you. God bless America.
We are definitely uncorked and loaded. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please come and check out Gino's, and we will see you guys next Tuesday as we dive into some more Browns talk.
Oh, NFL preview.
NFL
Can't
preview. All right, we'll see you then. Have a good night.